on HR. So without further ado, Anna, please introduce yourself and
Okay.
feel free to take the stage.
Okay, I'm sharing the screen. Please let me know if you can.
We can see your screen. Perfect.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, hello everyone. I'm very excited about this session. I hope you can hear me well and understand me because my main language is Spanish, but I'm making a lot of effort to come across and make you understand me. So if you have any doubt of anything I'm talking, please write it on the chat, and I'll answer it later. So, hello, welcome everyone. Thank you for being here and being a part of this amazing weekend. It's been amazing so far, and there are two remaining sessions, so stay tuned to listen to these sessions. Well, the thing is, as I was saying, the thing is that we need people in this field. As Russell was saying, it's a really controversial dynamics part of the thing because the HR hasn't been the most successful product of Microsoft the last days. That's because it was really it was difficult when it was difficult to compete with some other companies that are in the market, and that's the reason that it's a bit complicated and it's not so successful as I wanted to admit that it is. But anyway, I really like it. I love it, and I think it's a great solution to HR. Well, I think that someone's with the mic turned on, but that's okay. Well, as you can see, and I'm going to introduce myself in the next slide, but I would like to tell you that my approach is not a technical approach. I'm an HR specialist. I've been working in the field for a lot of years, and I've decided to reconvert my career and started to use technical tech solutions, and that was the breaking point. But you can see that my approach is not technical. It's more than functional, but I can tell you the needs of the market and what we need people here. So with all this introduction, I think we can go further, and that is the picture of me. I consider myself as an HR champion because I've been working in the HR field for a lot of years. I know all the processes and I know how everything works in there. And I'm also a mentor. I mentor girls in here in Peru and a group of people in Uruguay. So that's are my two main responsibilities. As I told you before, I'm an Inés. I'm currently living here in Peru, but I'm Uruguayan. I'm sure there are a few people in here that a person sorry in here that knows Uruguay because it's a little tiny country. We're only 3 million people, but that's where I came from. I'm looking forward for the next place to move. So here I can receive any suggestion. Well, as I told you, I've been working my entire career in different industries in HR. I've been working with public and government and private companies, but in all of the companies I worked for, I realized that there were processes that came across this company. So it was necessary to find a solution that can centralize and help everyone to develop a better role. So that's what I realized. My last job, I've been like product owner of implementation of a solution only for the recruitment process, and it was a bit. It was like the start of something new, and I realized that was the path that all the HR specialists or the HR people needed to go. So that's it. Since I've started in working in this field, I realized that there was a very bureaucratic and slow things that lead the processes. Like everything was so a lot of steps and a lot of approvals, and it was like kind of messy. And I realized I wanted to. I am anxious by nature, and I realized that I wanted to be more. I don't know, like help more and achieve more in a shorter time. So that was my personality plus some experiences led me to be here. I am working now in a company that's Microsoft partner, luckily, and I have the chance to get to know Dynamics really, really well. I started to implement it internally, and now I work with clients. So I know a bit of the solution. I also know a bit of the problem. That's an amazing approach, and I think it's something I want to share with you all today. Uh, I am the face to the client, and I'm also the face to my team that is located in Uruguay and Chile, and I work constantly with the developers to make the experience of our clients better. So that's a bit of what I do. There you can find my blog. You can find me as Inés Urrutia in LinkedIn, and feel free to contact me and reach me out if you have any question or something. So with all this introduction, let's go with our session. And as I told in the introduction of this session, I think that there are three things that we need to. This starter pack is filled with 3 points. It's all about mindset, technology, and referrals. That's the three things I think we need to take really serious to start developing a career in this field, and it's also applied to every other technology you need to go. I think that these 3 points would lead you to better results and also to a better understanding of your client and of your solution you're presenting. So I think that mindset is, despite the role that you're taking or you want to take, if you're technical, if you're functional, if you're, I don't care the role. I think that the role isn't important here. You have to have a mental mindset that unify the pain points and approach them with an open mindset. We're going to be more specific in the next slide. We're going to talk a bit about 4 points that compose mindset. But I think that this point is really important because uh, last Friday I was talking with Laura Rickman. She's the general manager for the Dynamics for Human Resources, and she told me how necessary it was to understand the problem we're solving, to understand the people we're talking, and to understand what's going on. It's okay to have the technical expertise, but we need to know how the people are feeling, how's the pain point, how we can help them to achieve more with the usage of technology. The mindset is all about that. It's about understanding and analyzing, but I don't want to spoil myself, so I'm going to leave it there. The second point is the solution. In this case, we're talking about Dynamics for Human Resources, and we know that this is the solution, that the center solution of this session. But it, as I told you before, it can apply to every other solution. This starter pack can apply to every other solution. But what you have to know about this tech part is the importance of integration that you can do with the Dynamics, of course, all the Microsoft suite. So I'm going to leave that there because the tech is one of the most extensive part of the session. So I'm going to leave it there. And the third, that's the arrows going forward, are the referrals or the leaders. I didn't know how to mention it, but I ended up preferring to use referrals. And the thing is that I don't know how you're taking this all COVID situation. It's, for me, it's a little challenging. I'm here in Peru alone, and my family is in Uruguay, so I'm starting to develop some special skills. And in all the skills that I develop, I realized that there are a lot of people in the community that knows a lot, and they're wide open to talk to us. So I think referrals are our main leaders that we need to follow, and we need to be talking with them because they're really important in this on this point. They already made a lot a lot of the way we want to go. So they are important, and I want to be really specific with this because I think that the power of community is amazing, and everything resides there. So if you're interested in developing some skills, knowing a bit about something, for sure there's someone, unless it's super new, but for sure someone that out there is already having the same doubts that you, or something similar. So uh, don't be scared to follow up everyone out there. I develop a really good relationship with one or two people that persons, I'm sorry, that know this solution, and I couldn't be more proud and happy of this relationship I developed. So what we're going to do now is we're going to stop one by one, and we're going to talk a bit about everyone. I hope this approach is helps you to approach to achieve more. So I'm going to start with mindset. I like this word. It reminds me of Simon Sinek. I don't know if you know him, but he's an amazing speaker, and he was at the keynote last year in Inspire, and I fell in love with the words. But that's a little note, a side note. Well, what's about mindset? As I told you before, mindset is a way of thinking and a way of understanding. And for me, there are 4 points that are really important in this mindset thing. So the first thing is about analyzing. Uh, and as I told you before I start with the analyzing, I want you to know that this mindset point is despite the role you're taking. It doesn't matter if you want to be the PM of the project, or if you're developing, if you're a functional analyst, it doesn't matter. You need to have this mindset because it's going to help you to be better at your role and to work better. So that's it. I'm sorry about the dog here. It's not mine, but it's a bit noisy. Well, as I was telling, it doesn't matter the role, but you have to keep in mind these 4 points. The first point is about analyzing. I think that one thing I realized since I started working in this field it was the need of analyze and synthesize data. We're always creating data, and we're always creating the information, and we need to analyze it, and we need to synthesize it and create something with that. We are always creating, as I told you, and there's something we need to do with that, because the data responds to something. Um, there's data everywhere. You have data with the time you spend looking for a candidate. There's data everywhere. You can imagine that, and I'm sure everyone out there is it's thinking about how they can analyze, or whether they can obtain that data. But the thing is, we know that the people that we're here know that it's necessary, the information and the data analyzed, but the people in HR doesn't. So this is a very breaking point, and this is a very interesting point to take in mind, and to think that it's necessary to develop a great mindset to achieve more. So achieve more is my better end up two words. So as I told you, this point is really interesting because as a team that we're implementing the HR in some client, we need transfer the need of the information of the data analysis. The HR departments create a lot of information and they're doing anything with that. So we need to help them understand how important it is to use that information. So that is the first point. That is the first of all the points there. Um, the second point is about understanding. As I told you last week, was having a conversation with our Rickman, the general manager of DHR, and she was telling me about the importance of understanding what we're talking when we talk about a recruitment process or onboarding process or whatever. And the thing is, that is really necessary. We need to know it, and this applies to every process we're working for. We need to know, we need to understand the need. And when I say understand the need, I would like to go beyond what the client is it's telling us. I think we need to go further and we need to investigate. We need to know the industry. We need to know the work. We need to know the client. We need to know a bit more about what's the pain point in the client. So we need that. That's something that if a team goes to the client without even knowing how the thing works, it's going to be a bit complicated. So I suggest that understanding is key. Okay. So if we understand, our approach is going to be much more. It's going to impact much better because we're empathizing with. I don't know if that's the word, but we are generating a good relationship with our clients. So that's the understanding approach. The third point is about collaboration. Well, as you may know, we need to work in teams. That's necessary. That's more necessary. I don't know if more, but the same as breathing. We need to work in teams because we know that. We work together and we can fulfill our needs and also have a different approach of the problem and different solutions and create better solutions. So the thing is that collaborating it's really important for the mindset. I don't know you, but I'm a bit I used to work really alone when I work in pure HR, and I realized now that I can work by myself, so I need to collaborate and I need to work as a team. This was something I had to learn. And the last point is innovate. Innovate is one of my favorite words. I work as the innovation manager too. It's not my main role, but I have to do some stuff related with that. And I think that here the point is imagine and create solutions, and every innovation and every solution created with innovation and creativity are going to have a really, really good impact in our client. So like gamification, there is space for everything in this field in the HR. You will always find someone the other side that's really interested being creative. They just don't know how to start or how to develop this approach. But I think that the first thing is imagine. Then you'll figure out how to do it. And I know that's a very complicated conversation. We have the functional analyst with the development team, but you can imagine and then figure out how to handle it. So this is about mindset. This is the first point. I hope it's useful for you. I hope you find it useful, as I told you. It's really interesting to use these 4 points in your daily work if you're available to use them. Feel free to, and I think they will change a bit of the approach you're having with your client, with your team, and with yourself. So that's the first point. That's about mindset. I have some book recommendations if you want to reach me to my blog or write on the chat, and I can suggest to you any book if you want to. Well, this is about mindset. Now we're going to go to the interesting part that is about technology. So, dynamics for human resources, as we were talking with Russ recently on the start of the session, dynamics for human resources has been a little bit messy because of the way Microsoft has post or announced how the solution was, and then it changed. For all out there that don't know, dynamics for human resources, it was dynamics for talent. I refuse to still talking about dynamics for talent. If someone in my team talk about dynamics for talent, I'm going to have a stroke, because we have to change the name to change the experience. We have a really bad experiences here with our clients because we have implemented 2 models that are now deprecated. But despite that, I think that this is the most powerful solution for for HR. I'm sorry, for HR. So we need to know how it works, and we need people working for the solution. As you might know, that in a few weeks, I think at the end of this year, Microsoft announced that it was deprecating two of the strongest models in the solution that are onboarding and attract, and also it was changing the name, and they were also announcing that it's sometime they were going to integrate with LinkedIn Talent Hub, but it's not happening now. We still waiting for that to happen. The thing is that they are developing a solution, but there's nothing in the scope yet. Why do I think that is the... Well, I'm going to go in the order that is there because I started talking. I can move in a straight direction. But what for? Dynamics for Human Resources is a solution integrated in the Microsoft suite that you can use as other solutions for Microsoft, anywhere, anytime, in any device. And that's one of the most powerful things about this solution. And it's developed for all the soft processes in HR. The soft processes are those related to not payroll, not that kind of stuff. I'm going to go I'm going to give you an overview of the solution. So we're going to, maybe you can have an idea at the end of the session of how of what's the main purpose of the solution. But as I told you before, it's developed for all the soft processes here in HR. Were there 14 models, as I was telling. We're going to go for some of them, not for none of the 14, because the 14 are a lot, and I don't want to tire you. But we're going to go to the first 7 or 8, and we're going to be able to know a bit more about that. And if you're interested, as I told you before, if you're interested, you can send me a mail or reach me at my blog, and we can talk a bit more about the solution. One of the biggest news of the latest, 2 weeks since the Business Application Summit is that this Dynamics for Human Resources is now integrated with Teams, and that's the point that I want to be really specific with. The thing is, we have a lot of competition in the market. We have a stronger competition, and we need to beware of that competition. But the thing is that Dynamics is integrated with Microsoft Teams now, and that's something that the other I don't know how you say it in English, but the other companies in the market aren't able to develop, because Microsoft can integrate this solution with Teams in a really easy way and with the really same look and feel of the solution. So it's really interesting for us to take that point as something we just are better than the other companies in the market. So you should take that as a really interesting point. This integration, this native integration with Teams is developed only for one model that is called leave and absence for now. The thing is, I assume and I want and I pray for all the employee self-service will goes to Teams. I know with this talk with Laurel that they're working for, and of course they are always reading and listening to the community, so it's really powerful that we can give feedback and get to know our point of view to the team that is developing solutions in this DHR thing. So if now we can handle our leave and absence module, imagine what we can do. We can use a lot of solutions. You can expand much more. Always with Teams. I wrote an article a few weeks ago when I knew that it was out with Teams, and I was like really surprised because for people that have worked in HR for a while, that's my case and other people's case that read my blog. Having one solution when you can do your entire work or part of the most of your work, like chatting with others, collaboration, having your meetings, creating documents, and now you can add a lot of apps, and in the apps you can add this dynamics for HR. So imagine like centralizing all your work in there and working in this solution. I don't know. It's mind blowing for me. The thing is, we need to integrate it also with another solutions, because there are some points where we need to complement it with Power Platform. We can the solution, it comes with some dashboards. We're going to see one in a while. You can use dashboards integration if the ones that came for default doesn't fulfill your need. You can develop dashboards. You can develop Power Apps. Of course, you can use Power Automate. But it's really interesting how you can make 100% productive and usable the solution if you integrate it with Power Platform. Some of our clients, this wasn't something I was going to talk, but I think it's needed. Some of our clients were really interested in generate some integration with SAP, because SAP is really strong out there in the market, and they already have the solution of to other models, to the most hard processes in the area, so they need to integrate it, and that is possible too. So don't think that it's only with Microsoft. You can expand it and think much more open. So that's about the integration with Teams and Power Platform. And the last point is that you need to know, it's that Dynamics is not always the first option to the clients. There are two. I think two. It's the quantity of the quantity. We have two really strong companies doing the same solutions. That they have been developing the solution of much more time. They have these two companies are Workday and SAP for SuccessFactors, and they have been really strong at the market. So you have to be aware of this. You have to know that this is happening, and they're really similar. But as I told you before, our breaking point, our interesting point is this one. We can make the experience complete because we are integrating it with Teams and with Power Platform. So it's tough to go to the market with Dynamics because Microsoft hasn't developed best marketing strategy with the solution, but anyway, I think it's the best. So this is about that. I'm going to go forward to a bit of the modules, and I'm going to be really quick with this, but it's because it's the main point of this call, of this conversation. But I want to be really I want to be simple in the way I express myself. So this is the first module. As you can see, I hope you can see my my arrow here. This is our first screen, and we here we have all the in this menu we have all the products, all the modules we can use in here. Okay, so this is the first one. This is the people module. You can manage everything that's going on in your company from this module. Okay, you can go through a collaborator and see where he works or she works, how many years of service is she currently having. As you can see there, the personal information, the certificates, the emergency contacts, and as you can see, I will show you in a few slides that this is really integrated with the employee self-service, that it's really related, because someone using the employee self-service can upload all this information, certificates and stuff, and you can see it also as people, as this model of people. So this model helps you to have this approach. This is, of course, second touch information. And that's the first module. What's the first module about? The second is about employee self-service. There you can see it, the employee self-service of Charlie Carson. There are lots of things that he can do from there. And the interesting point in here is that the employee self-service is also the manager self-service space. What does this mean? That if you have people in charge, if you lead some team, you're going to have in the same space in your self-service and your team self-service. So you can manage your leave request or your benefit request or whatever you can handle, because you can see here what your team has asked for, and also manage yours. Okay, so I am thinking and I'm praying for that all this module goes to teams, because it's really interesting that we can handle our employee self-service from teams. This is quite amazing. I think if you have an employee self-service, or if you have these kind of things at your company, think about having it integrated with Teams. It's really interesting. You can use it, as I told you before, all in one solution, and that's one of the main benefits. But imagine here everything you can do in here. So in employee self-service, you can handle your information, you can upload your resume, you can upload all your certificates, you can upload the information that is needed. If you also want to go out, want to leave request, want a vacation request, whatever the leave and absence request is, you can ask it over there. And you can see a lot of information of your team. You can see, as you can see there, you can see about the goals, the performance goals. You can see about the compensation. It's a center that helps you to know everything about yourself and your position and the people you lead, and all the things that they are requesting. So employee self-service and manager self-service are one of the most important things in here. But as you can see, in every dynamic solution, you can't use only this, because you have to use the other modules to feed this one. So you need to work all together. But for me, this is one of the most valuable modules now that Attract and Onboard are deprecated. you can use this as, I think that this is the new star to come. So here's the personal management model. I don't know if you're looking very good at to this screenshot, but the thing is that this personal management module can help you to understand everything that's going on in your company. So one of the things that I didn't told you at the start of this session, it's that it's really important that to know that everyone that you as a implementing coach or as an implementing developer or something like that, you're not going to you're going to be able to look at everyone in here, in every model I'm telling you here. But the thing is that if you're an employee, or if you're working for an employee, if you're working for a company that use the HR, you're only you're going to be able to see only this module. Okay, so I'm talking when I'm showing you the modules, I'm talking as you are implementing or an HRP person, okay, and an HR specialist. The thing is that all that we're here, for sure, we're going to be able to look at all this module do the implementation. So this personal management thing, it helps you, as the name says, it helps you to manage all the personnel in your company. So you can see everything that's going on, and you can see what's happening. As you can see here in the screenshot, you can see the candidates that are yet to hire, the ones that are going to start soon. You can also see the ones that are leaving, or the ones that already leave. As you can see here in the top, you can see the different kinds of things, the main information, the resume of main information. Okay, so you can see that you have this quantity of employees. These are employees, and these are two are contractors. So you can handle to structure your collaborations list with this difference of contract. You can also see the open positions. I would like to know how this is going to work in the future, because now this is related to Attract, but Attract is going to end working in February 2022. So I would love to know how they're going to handle this personal management thing without this module. I'm looking forward to, and I'm sure I'm going to write something about that. And that's it. That's a bit about personal management, and that's a bit about how this module work. Okay. Something that is really important. I'm sorry I'm being a bit messy with this, but I'm sure you can understand it better than I. One thing that is really important in this implementation, in this implementation project or in the usage of the solution, you're always going to have this thing here that's called links. I assume that in the other dynamic solutions works the same way. I'm not a specialist in other dynamic solution, but the links is the part that lets you configure everything. So that's, you have to be best friend with that tab of the every module. You're going to be able to develop a much better solution if you start with this link part. Of course, there are steps that you need to take to start the implementation. You can't start with employee self-service, because you need to feed the solution with the information that the employee self-service needs. So there are steps that you need. There are steps you need to go, and there are some parts you need to go first, and that's the order of the implementation. Okay, so task management. I'm really glad about this module. This module is developed. I'm sorry of the quality of the pictures. It's really bad. I don't know why, But this module, it's really interesting because it's going to be the now that onboarding is deprecated and everyone's going to start using it less and less and less. Task management, it's going to subsidize it. I don't know if that's a word, but task management is going to be the one that will fulfill all the need of the onboarding, offboarding, and transitions processes. So task management is going to be useful for the onboarding task when someone is entering on the company and needs to know a lot of stuff. This module is going to be really important. When someone is in transition, it's it's moving to another position, or it's going. It's I don't know. I forgot how to say it, but if this person is going to have much more responsibilities and it has to learn better better things to this role, this is the solution. I would like to make really clear, if you are transitioning to another position, okay, that's the point of the transition task management. And one of the most interesting things that we're not used to, but we use it, what we need to use it, is the offboarding. Okay, the offboarding is developed where people it's developed for people that is going out of the company. There are people that is abandoning the company. We need to take a few steps, like the exit interview, like the computer. I don't know, every task related to the offboarding. It's really necessary to do. And this solution, I'm really happy that it existed before, because we can use all the offboarding and onboarding and transition thing in here. Okay, so here's my beloved leave and absence. Here, as you can see, I put it a print of the team app. You can see it in the mobile edition and in the desktop edition. This is how it's going to work, the leave and absence module. It's really simple, the usage of this model. You can request leave and absence. You can ask for for days off or hours off. That depends on the way you're hired and the company, how the company works. But leave and absence is more. It's not much more than that. You can ask time off, and that's how it works. If you were interested in knowing how this works, you can create an environment on Dynamics, the HR, and you can use it in Teams. It's the team app already out. It's in public preview, so you can use it and you can send your feedback. But use it and try it, because it's going to change. I think it's going to change the life of HR and also the life of the employees. So this is benefits. Benefits, it's a thing that I'm pretty sure it's also going to go to Teams, because it's really I think it's simple, and it's going to make a really good impact if you make it through Teams. The thing is, you can manage all your benefit plans in there. This is the view of HR person specialist that is working with the benefit plans. Okay, this is not the view of employee, of common employee, and you can handle all your business, all your benefits in here, and you can enroll people to those benefits. That's the thing. That's how it works. And everyone in their employee self-service is going to be able to request a benefit if they're enrolled to. So the role of the their HR specialist is to enroll the people in their correct benefit plan. So that's how it works. Okay, I'm going to go faster because we're a little bit tight with the time. Well, compensation management. As I told you before, the HR solution, it's not developed for payroll, but we can handle the compensation management. We can handle the how we pay our employees, our contractors. We have the fixed plans, the variable plans, and we can structure all this compensation thing here in the solution. It's not the strongest part in here because we can't pay through the solution for now. Justin Trollope, a guy that is in one of the last slides, told me a few days ago that that Microsoft wasn't able to, or it wasn't in the scope to develop a payroll solution applied to this. So don't think about DHR as a payroll solution. But we can use this compensation thing to structure and know and divide the compensation of our employees. Okay, you have fixed plans, variable plans, and you can run calculation, but you can't pay through the solution. Okay, so we have the last screenshot in here. Here's the employee development screenshot, and you can see there that this is the analytics. Okay, you can see everything what's going on in your company and how the employee development skills and levels are in your collaborators. Okay, the thing of this employee development thing is that you can handle and you can structure skills and levels for every job position, and every collaborator related to this job position will have a skill gap analysis where you can compare how the skills of the people are related to the skills they need to develop this role correctly. So you can do that, and I think that is amazing because it doesn't require a lot of effort, and you can really use it daily. It's for us, for the HR people that have been working with Excel or with paper. This is life-changing. So every analytic, as I told you in the first item, that it was mindset. Every analytic, it's really life-changing for us. And we have to make that count for our clients. So this is the employee development map. I know that it's it's a lot, but you can make a lot of impact in the employee development way to think the process. So the other modules in here are about learning. For me, it was too much to print all of them, but and all these last 5 are a little more administrative task, but I'm going to make sure you can understand how they work. So learning, it's a module that is developed and thinked for only managing the questionnaires and the reservations of the spaces for the learning courses. I don't know. You can't. What I wanted to be clear is that you can't handle for now the content of every learning course or certification in here. So the thing is that what you can handle. I'm sorry. What you can use here in this. Hello. Oh, I was listening to someone. But what you can do in here is to manage the courses, the professors, and that kind of stuff. More administrative than anything. Then you have the compliance module, when you can, of course, do the compliance process of your company. You can create a business processes. You can use the organization administration. That's one of the key modules, and that's what of the starting module. So if you're interested in start to know the solution, you have to start there, and with system administration. These are the 2 modules to start first. I recommend you to look at the Microsoft Docs or docs.microsoft, I don't remember. And you can find a lot of information in there. That's the starting point of how to start. Okay, so as I told you, this starter pack, it fulfills with the third point, that is reference. Okay, so I'm putting here 3 people that I think that are reference, that are leaders on the solution, and that they have inspired me a lot in this way. So Marlene, it's been one of my, without even knowing, she doesn't know this, but she has been my mentor for the last year, because she's always there for guidance. She's MVP for business applications, and she's really into this dynamics for HR. She also knows a lot more than that, but you can follow her there in his blog, on his Twitter, and you can find it on LinkedIn. She's amazing. She's writing content in English, so you can find it there, and you can ask her, because she's really open. It's really funny, because my boss, a year ago, my boss told me that she was available if we have any questions. So I wrote him an email, thinking that she was like a friend of the company or something, and she wasn't. So we started developing a good relationship, and she's always there to support me and help me. So the work of the reference is really important. Tom Elliott is also a specialist. He knows a lot about the HR. He's known about for his Tom's Talent blog. He's amazing. He writes a lot. And the approaches of these 3 people I'm showing you here, it's really it's much more technical than functional. So you can complement my view with the view of these 3 amazing people, and you can complete the scenery. So you can find Tom in his blog, also in LinkedIn. Justin is an enterprise architect. He has been working with Dynamics for a while, for Dynamics for HR for a while. So you can find him in LinkedIn and in Twitter too. I'm sorry I don't have his blog, but I'm sure he has one over there. So the work of the reference is really important, and we need to go out there and see what's going on. So what else to do? You can, as I told you, you can extend the solution with Power Platform. And also, if you're interested in knowing more, for now, there's not a Microsoft certifications for the HR, because the product has been changing a lot. But you can certificate in the Dynamics fundamentals, and that would be an added value to your CV, to your resume. So I recommend you to move forward to that way. Okay, for closing, there you have a QR code. You can scan it with your cell phone. That will lead you to my blog. There in my blog, you can contact me. You can see my content. I like to write in Spanish, because the community in Spanish doesn't have much information about the solution. So I'm switching. Sometimes I write in Spanish, and sometimes I write in English. But I prefer to write in Spanish, because I think that's something the community needs. You can find me on LinkedIn. My name is Ana Inés Urrutia de Sousa, as you can see there. You can find me, reach me out, contact me. I'm pretty sure I'm in contact with much more of the people here, but anyway, feel free to contact me. And if you're looking for a career change, or if you want to have a mentorship one-on-one, feel free to ask me for one. You can reach me in my blog. You can reach me in my LinkedIn, and that's it. I want to thank you. I want to thank the community. Of course, I want to thank Microsoft for the solution, and I want to thank you that in my image here wants to reflect the attendees. So thank you very much for everyone out there. Russ, I don't know if you have something you want to add.